I really didn't know anything about WIC before I actually got signed up for it. When I got pregnant my first time, I got signed up onto Pregnancy Medicaid, and of course Pregnancy Medicaid automatically signs you up for WIC. Probably would have never thought I needed a program like that. I think that's what a lot of us feel, and I probably culturally, I can take care of it myself. I don't need any help. This is not for someone like me.
From the minute I walked through the doors at App Healthcare and was received by the receptionist at the time, I felt nothing but warmth and support, and she encouraged me along the way. I honestly had no family in the past that had breastfed their children, and I don't think that I would have breastfed my children as long as I did if it would not have been for the help that I received through the WIC program.
Tiffany Francis, she was the peer counselor here, and she was out of the town, and we have a 15-year-old mom. She was breastfeeding, and she had issues with breastfeeding, and she called, and Tiffany was not here, so I went to do a home visit. And after I give her some tips for breastfeeding, and the milk start coming, I start crying. That was my first experience helping a mom. It was, I don't have a word how to express that feeling when you can help somebody.
For me, when I think about you get pregnant, you're excited and you have this expectation of what having a baby is going to be, and being a new mom and having this new baby, what it's all going to look like. We're having the newborn screening and having early prevention. To me, it takes away and gives you time to prepare. If I would have known that Ashton had X-linked ALD while I was pregnant, I feel like it would have given me the mental support and mental preparation to adjust.
We just know our life would look very different if it took longer to get to a diagnosis without the newborn screen at 5 months. We don't know what her physical abilities would be or disabilities would be. What our physicians have said at Chapel Hill too, the newborn screen and getting a diagnosis at 5 months old completely changed the trajectory of Bonnie's life.
My name is Malachi Leroy Anderson. This story is about me. Down syndrome means I have an extra chromosome. When I finally came home, I needed lots of help. I had a speech therapist, I had a physical therapist, an occupational therapist, and a nutritionist. I had a big team helping me to be big and strong.
So this time in a child's development is critical. That brain is growing every day. If you see a child at, let's say, 3 months old, and then in 6 months later at 9 months old, the child looks completely different, right? But that brain in those first 3 years is changing daily. All of that development and growth is happening. And so the earlier you know, the better they grow, right? Is our kind of catchphrase with early intervention. And not just that, but supporting the families so that they're able to support their child.
Through this program, we became our son's therapist. We were the physical therapist because we were only with PT 1 hour a week. And therapy is every day, all day. I think if they would have came in and been hands-on, we would have not had the skills because they were doing everything. But they showed us exactly, so when that hour was done, we could continue on because we had been coached in what to do. So they were able to see our home environment, and they helped us figure out things that we could do and modify in our own home. That's very different from loading him up and taking him to a clinic. They helped us plan our first beach trip, our first grocery store trip, how to load him in the car, all these things, literally, okay, I don't know how to get this child to the car with a trach and a vent and a suction and all these, how to bathe him, yes. Life started to look a little bit more normal. And he was able to start enjoying everyday things.
I don't think that early intervention literally saved my life, But weekly, it gave me something to look forward to, knowing that I was going to be okay. And I know it wasn't for me, it was for him, but it was also for me. It helped me come to terms with it sooner, and find the resources that were out there, and find my people, find the other parents who had kiddos that were not walking the same path as my other friends who had typical babies. It's a different experience.
It gave our entire family hope to believe that, oh, look, calling our family up and say, hey, he's walking now. And, oh, he's doing horseback riding now. Like, these are things, horseback riding, like, it was amazing. I ended up, I had no idea that I would be working in the field that I'm currently working in as a service coordinator. It's almost like full circle. They'll say, no one really understands. Unless you've been in my shoes, you really don't understand what it's like. And I get to say, guess what? I've been in your shoes. Some will ask, like, how is he doing now? That's what they want to know. What's going on with him now? He's 25. Can you imagine your son or daughter 25 years from now? Being able to work, read, talk, and they're like, no. But you can just see their face and everything, it changes, and you can see the hope and the inspiration that it brings to them.